In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to spot seasonal and trending items and how you could possibly use them to your advantage or whether or not you should stay away from them. So let me break it down really quick for you if you don't know what a seasonal item is or what a trending item is. So let's start with seasonal. If it's a seasonal item, that basically means in a year period, in the 12-month period, only a certain time of the year that item is going to sell well. So for example, any Christmas products, any Halloween products, those are only going to sell well during the Halloween season and during the Christmas season. Or maybe pool products, maybe grilling stuff, like that's going to be good in the summertime because people aren't really trying to go in the pool during the winter. So that's the basics of a seasonal item. And then on the other side of the spectrum is going to be trending items. The only difference between trending and seasonal is in a year period, and then trending is multiple years. So for example, a good trending item would be a fidget spinner. So if you look back a year ago, nobody knew what they were, nobody cared about them, they were just something nobody's ever heard of. But recently they blew up and everyone who was selling them was making a ton of money, but then it started to die off and all their sales were getting cut. So that would be a good example of a trending item, meaning it's only going to work when it's trending. When it's not trending, it's going to die off. It's not going to be a good product. Another good example of that would be something that I actually sold and I made a ton of money on it. And I'm going to give you an example of how a seasonal or trending item could be a good thing to sell if you get in the right time and you see the opportunity. And what I sold was eclipse glasses. And I'm going to get more into this later on in the video, but basically I got into eclipse glasses right before, I think it was 2 or 3 months before an eclipse happened. So you all probably know what I'm talking about when the eclipse happened. But I got in about 3 months before it happened, which was a great time. I saw the opportunity. I saw that it was coming up. I got a supplier. I sent it in Amazon. And these sales were insane. About the month before the eclipse happened, these sales were, I was like blown out of my mind. That's where I made a lot of money. And you can also jack up the prices a ton on those items. And that's something I also did. Right before the eclipse, the demand for eclipse glasses went through the roof and people were starting to sell out. And basically you could just jack up your price because people are willing to pay any dollar amount for whatever item as long as it's trending. So when fidget spinners went crazy, a lot of people were willing to pay whatever because they're trying to be as cool as everyone else, or they're trying to, keep up with the neighbors, that kind of deal. So that is also something you could really use to your advantage. I used it, but it is a little bit risky. I took the risk and it turned out to be a huge payout. So once again, if you know what you're doing, it could be really a really good opportunity. But don't worry, I'm going to show you all that in this video and I go into a lot of detail about it so you feel confident about this whole seasonal and trending thing. But once again, this is just another route you can go to if you don't want to stick to the original kind of thing where you're finding a safe product that will sell all year long. This is more risky. Basically, spotting a seasonal or trending item can be pretty easy to figure out. You just got to use common sense. So if you think about it, like I said, clearly a Christmas stocking or Christmas lights or anything that relates to Christmas is only going to sell well like the month before Christmas up to Christmas. And that's pretty, common sense. And same thing with the pool supplies and stuff like that. It's only going to sell well around the summertime or the spring or anything like that. So just use common sense for that stuff. But I'm also going to show you a website we can use and we can break down all the numbers. It's going to show you another graph. I'm going to show you how to read the graph, what we're looking for. And that is going to be, once again, another tool on your belt. And it's going to give you that extra edge over everyone else. So now I'm going to take you guys to that website and we're going to get right into the video. Okay guys, here we are on the Amazon homepage, and one more thing that I'm also going to teach you in this video is how to spot when a listing on Amazon went live. So you can basically see how long your competitors have been selling a certain product. So once again, we're going to use our famous letterboard just as an example. So let's just click on something random. So we're going to click on this first listing that is not sponsored, so it's going to be this one. Okay, so when you're trying to find how long they've been selling, you're going to want to go to their listing, click on it, scroll down. Okay, and then you're going to come to here where the ASIN number is, like I taught you in the beginning of the course. Okay, so you're going to see date first available right here, and it's going to tell you the exact date that the listing went live. And then that way you can see if everyone started to jump in at a certain time. Maybe this seller has been selling this product for 5 years and it's dominated and all the top listings have been up for years and years, then you're probably going to have a hard time competing and it may be a little bit scary and you might want to stay away from it. But you can see this guy just started in 2017 and he's the top listing. So clearly this is still new. Like I said, the numbers are outstanding on this. I was very happy when I found this because it just proved this was just perfect for my course. So you can see this guy just started in 2017 and that is good. That means this is pretty new. He's top listing. There's definitely low competition. And we're going to go to the next one down and check that out. See how long this one has been up. Scroll down to where the ASIN is, and date first available, same thing, 2017. So these are very high up on the top listings and they were just put up this year in 2017. So that is good. That means this product is even better, like I said, and that is how you see how long a listing has been up. And once again, like I said, it is important to look at that because it's going to show you if some of the top competitors for that product have been on for a long time. And if they have been on for a long time and their sales are really good and their reviews are like really high, then you want to stay away from it because they're already dominating that product. Okay guys, so this is the website I was talking about in the beginning of the video. And this website is called Camel Camel Camel. And once again, it's going to be down in the resources for all of you. So if you want the link, it's down in the resources. You're going to have to create an account. It's free, so don't worry. You can also buy a paid version, but I don't do that. It doesn't really matter. This is just something we use to give us that extra little edge over everyone else. There's no, you really do not need to buy the paid version, so don't even waste your money. So go ahead, sign up for an account, and make sure you go to the website, Camel Camel Camel, also, once again, in the resources. And it's going to say enter Amazon URL or keywords you can use, or I think you could type in the ASIN too. I always just use the URL. So this is kind of like the Jungle Scout product tracker, but this is going to give us a little bit different information. So we're going to come over to Amazon. We're going to click on, I'm going to show you first the Eclipse classes because that's what I did and it's going to be a really good example. Alright guys, so once again, we're going to skip these sponsored items and we're just going to go down and make sure they all look the same. They do. So we're going to click on any random one. This looks good, about 20 bucks. It has some good reviews, so it's probably been on for a while. So copy this. Once again, paste it here and then search. And then you're going to scroll down a little bit. So the two things that we're going to look at is price history and sales rank. So first we'll check out the price history graph, and once again, don't get scared. I'm going to show you how to read this graph. Graphs are always scary in the beginning and they look confusing, but this is actually very simple. So like I said at the beginning, I jumped in about a month before the eclipse, and you can see this line is just flat, 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 and then it jumps and takes off. And this chart is going to show us how he changed his price, so if he lowered it or raised it. So you can see in the beginning it was $0, $0, and then he just started selling and he made it maybe 10 bucks, 20 bucks, something like that. And then right around the eclipse he raised it to $300, and then like maybe the week of the eclipse it went as high as $999. I'm telling you, this was insane. And this is a great, one of those great examples of when you just take the opportunity and it's going to have a huge payout. So I was extremely happy. It was like Christmas for me this whole month or so. So this just shows you, and right after the eclipse was away and it stopped happening, then it drops back down and it flatlines. And then basically the product's dead after that. There is no more sales. Nobody's going to really be buying eclipse glasses if there's not an eclipse. So this shows you, if you look at this graph, this just screams trending item. So this is something we either want to stay away from if you're trying to sell continuously and getting a passive income all throughout the year, or if you are looking for trending items and you want to make big money real quick and only for a small amount of time, then this is a graph that looks good. And once again, eclipses are like every 20 years or 20 something years. So This would not be a good idea. If you already saw it spike, then that means you're probably not going to have another eclipse for like 20 more years, so don't worry about it. But if this was a seasonal item and then say maybe it was Christmas time and it shot up, that means next Christmas it's going to do the same thing. So then you could jump in before the next Christmas. But since it's eclipse classes, you can't do that in this case. So the next thing we're going to look at, we're going to go to sales rank. Scroll down. Once again, this is beautiful to me. This just screams trending item right here. So as you can see, this chart screams trending item, and I love to see this stuff. Only if I am looking for a trending item though, or seasonal. So look at this chart, it screams trending item, and like I said in the last video, I think, when we were looking at the product tracker, this is going to be our sales rank right here. So the lower the number, the better. So if it's anywhere near 0, that means the sales rank is very good. And if it starts to get to in the 40,000s, that means it's very bad. So as you can see, the eclipse is coming up, the sales rank is great, and then right after the eclipse, it starts to drop, 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 and then after this, it pretty much flatlines. So once again, this is a great example of a trending item. If you're not trying to get a trending item, then this is something you do not want to see, and you want to move on and find another product. Okay guys, so we are back on the Amazon page, and now I'm going to show you a seasonal item. So let's go Christmas tree, one of the fake Christmas trees. Make sure you're on any category. So we're going to skip the sponsored items like always, and let's just click on a random listing, copy the URL again, and then paste it on camel, camel, camel. Search. I'm not going to worry about the price history this time. We're just going to look at the sales rank. And let's make sure, since we're looking, if it's a seasonal item, we're going to click on 1 year if they've been selling for a year. So the reason for that is we want to look at a year period. Once again, if we're looking at a seasonal item, like I said at the beginning of the video, a seasonal item will make you money one time of the year, pretty much every single year. So let's look at this chart, and yes, this looks like a seasonal item. So you can see right around the Christmas time, right around here, November, December, the sales rank is very good because it's close to 0. Right after Christmas, it drops and drops and drops, and then it comes back up. So this shows you a perfect example of a seasonal item, and these could be good if you pick a good one and there's low competition and you do a lot of research on it like this. But I would stay away from it because it's kind of risky. Unless you have a little bit more experience, then I would say you could jump into it. But right away, don't mess with this stuff. I would suggest that you stick to the first examples I gave you and using Jungle Scout to find a good product that was well-rounded and will sell all throughout the year. And make sure, even if you think it's going to sell all throughout the year, you still run it through Camel, Camel, Camel just to be sure that it isn't seasonal or trending. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is that extra little edge that you're going to get, and make sure you're applying this to every single product you're looking at. It's very important, and it's just something else to have on your belt when you're looking and selling on Amazon. So I will see you guys in the next video.